Well, it's just gone 9 o'clock Central African time. This is BTV News. We are broadcasting live from the nation's capital. I'm Olibile Samoka.
And in sports, you'll be with me in Tabahan Sebetlela.
Let's take a look at stories making headlines.
Botswana wins the first gold Olympic medal.
The police are applauded for practicing gender equality. Political parties asked to highly value the all-party conference. Dr. Tapos is interpreting in sign language. Welcome and thank you for joining us. Now, the President, Dr. Masisi, has paid condolences to the Zikali family this afternoon following the passing of Dr. Elizabeth Butsile Zikali on Friday last week. He said the passing on Dr. Butsile Zikali, who was also the first and only female hematologist in the country, is not only a loss to the Zikali family, but also to the nation, especially the health sector. However, President Masisi urged family and friends to celebrate Dr. Butsile Zikali's life by recording and remembering her contribution in the health sector. Peter Batsalelwang has more.
Most of the time, President Dr. Masisi takes a break from his busy schedule to condole some of the families who have lost their loved ones as a gesture of supporting citizens of this country, especially in times of need. Today, the President is here to support the Zikali family following the demise of the first female hematologist, Dr. Elizabeth Butsile Zikali, who passed on last week Friday.
Ya ta re ka dithuo tsa August maphakela ke motho le ke na dizi ne a lokota senyana me antsa khona go bonya mathalo responsive ka bo 7 maphakela me ka 10 maphakela di antele tsa mogolo ha stola a responda ka re motwetse gape nka re utse dinyana me I think gono go na dizi e be re ithola ga re bona gore o khonne o ikhuditse
ke re Botswana re latlhegetse ba pale le latlhegetse bana ba latlhegetse ba monno wa go latlhegetse ba tsedi ba go latlhegetse metswentse kgomotseng hela ka gore le itse gore Elizabeth o irile botjotlhe ba go motshelo a ba itwela.
However, President Masisi says he understands that a loss of a family member, especially the one who had devoted her life to saving other people's lives, is not easy. He, however, encouraged family and friends to remember Dr. Elizabeth's life through all her good deeds.
Amogelang gore o tlogetse go motsegang simolang gompieno go ikgakolla tse di molemo tse di ntle ka go le di kwaleng ha ke re mo lopeng hela ke ra le ba kona bere ka teng kona ithuta teng le bana ba ala ka gore le ngaka kgwerere ka sejana
e re sa bona tse di a sidilega ra utwa tota gore ra go motsega gore go tsile wa ta gore go motse ha o mo go ete go modui ka nako ya phito mme wena o tsile pele ga phito o tsile wa ta gore se dila maikutlo.
Dr. Elizabeth Butsile Zikali, who leaves behind her husband and 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, will be laid to rest on Saturday in Gaborone at Pomolong Cemeteries. Peter Patsalelwang, BTV News, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, President Masisi has applauded the Botswana Police Service's intentional efforts of promoting gender equality and the empowerment of women and girls, aligning with sustainable development priorities. He further expressed great delight on the graduation of 1,000 police graduates, 34% of whom are women, noting its value to this global priority. The President also called out perpetrators of gender-based violence, noting ongoing efforts on the part of government to take firm action against it. He was speaking during a pass-out parade for intake number 1 of 2023-2024 police officers in Otse. Usidile Unkabetse reports.
Intake number 1 of 2023-2024, ready for inspection, sir!
These 1,000 police graduates have made history, not just in their grand number, but also in their professionalism, given their various qualifications and diverse skill set, which are ideal for their service delivery towards the attainment of a world-class police service.
This graduation is a clear testament of my government's commitment to resourcing and equipping the Botswana Police Service for the professional delivery of its mandate. I commend the leadership of the BPS for its drive towards gender parity. Today's graduating cohort, 341 or 34% are females. This 34% of female graduates will significantly increase the female composition of our police, which is a positive step towards achieving goal number 5 of the United Nations 2030 agenda that seeks to achieve gender equality and empower all women and girls.
The president took to making a clarion call to action for men and women folk to end gender-based violence, whose rampancy has become a national concern.
Our women, our children, particularly the girl children, continue to be brutally assaulted, abused, raped, and even murdered, especially by people they look up to for love and protection. My government will do everything to annihilate this monstrous development. Limi dililo. Lilo nabo mebel redit. Walenga pamba tule baluma. Bele bathasela ka mahoku. Kokobetsang hela lotlhe.
Being among the cream of the crop, some police officers were rewarded for their exceptional performance during their training in varying categories such as leadership and academics.
I feel blessed. It has been an amazing journey throughout. I'm the only cadet sergeant. Developments, we're not talking about policies, we're not talking about acts, so it's a similar research. All of these things that are being informed by the results that are researching.
We're exposed to a lot of areas that even beside background they can accounting, I can serve Botswana in different areas.
The global priority of peace and security is of utmost importance, with its obvious benefits to both the citizenry and economies, a priority the Botswana Police Service also upholds. Utsidile Ungabetsi, BTV News, Otse.
In another story, intake number 1 of the 2023-2024 did its share of a corporate social responsibility, having generously contributed money from their own pockets during their training, which totaled 300,000 pula towards a charitable cause. Helping the less privileged members of society goes beyond the police service's call of duty, but it is a source of pride for the police who believe in honoring their corporate social responsibility. The money accumulated helped in the purchase of wheelchairs, sanitary pads, and blankets, among others, which were donated to community representatives in the district.
Le khonne gore le phuthe madi a kana ka 300,000 pula ke madi hela a mantsi ke re a go le ka goleng thata a go ska ga hela a re le go le anteng le ntse le tshwere le bina le isa le hoko le direla tšhabe ya Botswana e be ntse le itse gore go na le ba e leng gore ga ba nna lesego mo botshelong gore bona ba tle go tsena ha lona le nteng jaanong le nne le tswelle hela ka mpho ya go aba go mo go aba ke so se tswang kgakala mo Botswana Police Service.
Ba nna dikgwedi di le 12 mo ngame gone mme mo dilong tse dintsi tse re ba di rutang ke go nna le bole gore jaaka e nna mapodisiana ga ba tsena go ba o tsenang teng ba o itlhela batho ba ba mo seemong se se farologaneng mme go botlhokwa gore ga ntse ba dira ditirelo tse tsa sepodisi mme ba se ka ba lebala letsogo le legang.
Mme se lo se irileng gompieno ke gone go ba ntsha ntseng ba le teng mo matlotleng a ntseng ba le mogone ba go bona gore anong ba mo di-wheelchair mme se lo se irang betso le tsone dikojwana tse betso tse kana bangwe ha ba tsena mo mantlong serame se lla se ba kokonela mme ke sengwe se e leng gore botithunyana ba tla bo bona ba itumele ke itumela gore le bone bana ba ngwana mosana ga lo a mo lebala.
While still there, in an effort to increase the cattle herd countrywide, President Masisi has donated a variety of bulls to 5 farmers in the 3 districts of Francistown, Tonota and Shashe West. The donation, which took place this afternoon in Matangwani, was attended by other government officials, amongst them the Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Felilis Malau, who is also the Member of Parliament for Shashe West. In Francistown West, Ms. Banji Moremi received a beef master bull to increase her herd. Ms. Julie Black was gifted a crossbreed, while Mr. Samuel Matnasha of Francistown East received a Simmental bull. Ms. Hofaone Malusi, who is also a young farmer from Tonota, is amongst those donated Simbra, while Ms. Otlaro Ngwaretsang received a Simmental. President Dr. Mokgweetsi Masisi encouraged members of the public to also partake in this initiative by donating a bull to at least one farmer.
Ke potsa maemo tsa mmadimadi tse di tlhatlhobilweng ga ise ke go iragale gore batswana ka bokete bo kana-kana kana re bua ka dipoo tse re di abileng gompieko di potile 100 ka kwa mme ga e le gore motswana mongwe o kgonne go aba a bela o mongwe o senang yone ba heta 100 kante ba ba dipoo tse di hetang 100 ka gore bangwe ba bile go heta 1 ipotsa gore wena o ha kae mo go nneng mampudi lona ba e leng gore ga le ise le bone ka gore ga re lekane re semeno tsamayang we go itshetša ga e le gore go a tlhaela ga goldosi senka mongwe ira motshelo wa poo ira motshelo wa phoko ira motshelo wa phelehu le go abela ba bangwe mme se kana poo kana phoko nte phelehu ya ka gore ga ya gagolo e nne se e leng gore sa eletsega se betlegile se ka ntsha nama e eletsega
dimpho tse re di hilweng tse ke a di lebogela bana ba modimo a e re di tsena kwa di tlhokomelwe le nna ke ta itlhokomela a peo a magoko a nne re a polelelwa e nne peo ye sa wele mo makgaraphaneng e nne peo ye wela mo mmung o nonneng di te di ume re di neele ba bangwe.
The Minister for State President, Mr. Kabo Moraing, has urged political parties to value and hold highly all-party conference as it helps nurture democracy and nation building. Speaking at the official opening of the all-party conference in Gaborone, Minister Moraing said government remains resolute to support its mandate, as evidenced by a number of bills presented in the current sitting of Parliament, which were birthed by all-party conference. Notably, the Electoral Amendment Bill, which introduces the use of ink on voters during the October 2024 general elections. Piri reports.
All-party conference has successfully held 4 meetings this year to deliberate and consult with all political parties on political issues and electoral reforms. This time around, these members of political parties met to get an update on bills presented before Parliament, including Political Party Funding Bill and the Electoral Amendment Bill, which amends the Electoral Act to mark a voter with an ink during October 2024 general elections.
Puso e tsere tshwetso ya go isa molao kakanyetso wa gore mo ditlhophong tse di tlang tsa 2024 re bo re introduce ink gore inki e khona gore e go dirisiwa go ditlhophong tsa rona tsa 2024 so batswana ba tshwentse go itse ale gore puso e tsere tshwetso yo all party conference ba ne ba suggestela puso mi puso e be dumalana ha puso e sena go dumalana e be isa yona kganye e isa ko parlamenteng there's a bill e tlang ko parlamenteng e leng gore ke product ya all party conference. Yeah, Lieutenant Leon, there's political party funding. Really all party conference. Kabiliate. So really it's our all party conference. It's a lele lenaneo to la khanyo ileng gore re tla bo re na re tsa di khan leone re khakolana re bona gore re apele yang ka lehatse la rona. Ki supe gore phuthego ya rona e tsamaile sentle ka manontlhotlho ka therisanyo ka neelano ka dipuisanyo tse ileng gore ele mapolitiki ba di-party tse di harologanyeng ba ne ba ntsha megopolo ya lona ya bone ba gollesegile se e leng gore re eletsa gore se tswelle se ntse jalo.
Meanwhile, IEC used this opportunity to continue with its stakeholder engagements to update these politicians on their readiness for the October 2024 general elections.
The role of the tharo, the general role, first supplementary role, second supplementary role, jaga ki bua le lona jana ko ofisi re thankgetse ra printa ka mabaka gore ka ha molaong ke tshwantse re go ke certify role a ke sona ke certify e boetswa gape e boela gona go mahelong a harologaneng na re tse re isa go teng gore batswana ba ye go e lebelela ba e bone ile certified role mme seo se tla diragala go simola beke tang ka la boraro. Jano seo ga se diragala seo go simola ka la boraro go tabo go ra gore di transfer di tabo di buletswe ka magoko a mangwe ke lo briefa gore di transfers di tabo di ka dirwa go simola beke tang ka la boraro ka gore yana tabo re na le di rolo tse tharo tse di certifiedweng mme tswetswe baemedi ba di-party ka go harologana tsa lehatshe la Botswana a re le nthoko gore transfer ga e dirwe matetisi batho ba e leng gore ito ba neela transfer ke batho ba e leng gore mabaka a teng bosupi bo teng jwa gore indeed ba lebanye ke tsona di-transfer tsone tseo.
Furthermore, Minister Moraine noted that this conference will reconvene to finalize their recommendations on the appointment of members of Electoral Commission. Tlotla Matlabapiri, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister of Lands and Water Affairs, Dr. Kefenzi Mzwinila, says government has started installing smart prepaid meters to address high water bill issues nationwide. Minister Mzwinila was updating the media on the ministry's projects.
Over the years, Botswana have expressed concerns about high water bills from water utilities, suggesting that the estimates of their water usage are unreasonable. This situation has led many Botswana into debt. Minister Dr. Mzwinila has announced that this issue will be resolved with the introduction of new smart water meters, which will allow individuals to monitor water bills.
We have
started the installation of prepaid meters, which will ensure that high water bills are avoided completely. It will also help users monitor their water usage.
The
minister said that the high water bills were mostly escalated by undetected and unattended pipe bursts over an extended period. This technology will detect where there is a leakage, as this has been a great concern.
Smartness in the knowledge-based economy.
A total of 180 smart meters have been installed in Greater Gaborone, with over 500 million pula allocated for the first phase of the smart meter rollout and installation. Water Utilities has started this exercise in Greater Gaborone area, as this area uses high volumes of water from the north, which is expensive. These smart meters will not only reduce water bills, moreover it will help save the amount of water used.
Smart water
This project is expected to take 3 years to complete. However, phase 1 of the project will be finished by January next year. Wa Betswim Polubusi, PTV News, Gaborone.
Yeah, watching BTV News, thank you for staying with us. Now, the Botswana Congress Party leader, Mr. Dumelan Salashando, says his party's parliamentary candidate for Madinari, Mr. Senye Ubuseng, is a suitable candidate as he comprehends the needs of the voters. He further emphasized that his party is ready to address the country's challenges if it wins this year's general elections. Mr. Salashando made the remarks during the launch of the Madinari parliamentary candidate and ward councillors. Mamusi Siska with more.
The Madinari constituency has been a Botswana Democratic Party stronghold for a long time. The Botswana Congress Party has, however, employed residents to change the scenario by giving the BCP a chance to bring developments to the constituency. BCP pledges to lower the high unemployment rate as part of the agenda to transform the economy.
gore banana ba le hatsile bomme ba le hatsile bagodi ba le hatsile ha re bua ka gore monana ra go create ditiro di 300,000 re bua ka selo se leng gore ga o reditse comrade Ubuseng Senye a se bega mo di radiong a se bega gongwe le gongwe o tla tshwanela ke go se dumela.
The parliamentary candidate asserts that he is the right choice for voters because his party is determined to improve the lives of Botswana.
25.9% ya Botswana ga e bereke. 25.9% ya Botswana. Re bua ka batho ba le 267,000 mo bathong ba ba itekanetseng go bereka ba heta 1 million go se ka henyana hela. Le thoko la ditiro le ke la gamang ke la bone ba le kile la ba ha boikarabelo ja go le tsamaisetsa le hase gore ba le direle ditiro.
The Madinari constituency will be contested for by the 3 political parties of the Botswana Congress Party, the Botswana Democratic Party and the Umbrella for Democratic Change. Mamusi Siska, BTV News, Madinari.
Now, let's take a look at stories making headlines beyond our borders. This week, Japan held a memorial to mark the 79th anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki explosion, which happened at the end of World War II. The commemoration was held in Hiroshima, attended by, among others, Japanese envoys from various countries. The other anniversary will be held in Nagasaki on the 9th of August.
79 years ago, the United States of America dropped 2 atomic bombs on different days in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, killing over 200,000 people and, to the survivors, irreparable physical damage. This week, the Japanese gathered to commemorate the anniversary of Hiroshima and Nagasaki explosion. The Prime Minister of Japan, Fumio Kishida, said, as Japan, they intend to pass on the realities of the explosions to future generations.
It is the mission of Japan, the only country to have suffered nuclear war, to pass on the reality of the atomic bombings to future generations.
The country of Japan said it intends to make its military strong so as to not have a repeat of what happened.
There is a sea change also in the public opinion in my country as well. We are probably slow, but we always go ahead and one step forward at a time. Maybe this time 2 or 3 steps forward.
Japan has vowed to rid the world of atomic weapons, proving its deep hatred for the weapons. In his remarks, Kishida said, no matter how difficult the journey toward a world without nuclear weapons may be, they cannot afford to halt progress. Laonela Hwale, BTV News.
Well, that is the news at 9, but do stay with us and Tebogang Sebetlela on standby to take you through the world of sport. Tebogang, good evening.
Good evening, Samuka.
I can still feel the vibrations coming from the nation celebrating Botswana making history.
What a time to be alive.
Most definitely.
A young king is born.
Most definitely. Yeah. And he made it clear back then. He said.
He told the world.
Yes.
Do you know what this means for Africa in the next 8-12 years?
I've been seeing some comments on different pages. In fact, I was just following CNN. A lot of Africans, even those who are not Africans, are celebrating.
They're celebrating like this is the first gold medal in 200 meters for Africa. It means a lot to everyone.
Most definitely. Give us the sport news.
Thank you very much, Wilibile Samoka. Now, Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Tebogang Sebetlela. Letsile Tebogo made history by becoming the first African to win a gold medal of the 200-meter men's final at the Olympics after clocking a time of 19.46 seconds, also recording a national record. Kenny Bednarek of America finished in second position in 19.62 seconds, followed by Noah Lyles in third, also from America, in a time of 19.70 seconds. Let's take a look at the highlights of this race.
Away we go. It's an even start of the